Daniel's Music Foundation.
Lyric Writing, Series 2.
Hi, my name is Scott. I'm an instructor at Daniel's Music Foundation, and I produce the instructional mini-series videos. Welcome back to our second lyric writing series, Song Structures and Rhymes. In this series, we'll continue our discussion of how to take personal experiences and shape them into song lyrics. We'll be building off of the skills and knowledge we introduced in Lyric Writing Series 1, so if you haven't watched that first series yet, I encourage you to take a moment now, go back and watch those videos. In today's episode, we'll introduce the building blocks of lyrics, and we'll also introduce the concept of rhyming. In episodes 2 and 3, we'll be using your newfound skills and knowledge to write some new lyrics together.
Episode 1, Introduction to Lines and Rhyming.
While we do find many variations in lyrics and structures between different writers and different genres of music, there are some common terms and structures that we tend to find in most forms of music. The basic building block of lyrics are called lines. Lines are just a group of words put together. There's no precise amount of words or syllables that makes for a perfect line, but a good rule of thumb to think about is that 4 to 10 words is a good length for a line, and it should sound like a phrase that you would say out loud. It could be a short phrase like, "I really like your shirt," or "It's good to see you," or it could also be a longer phrase like, "Beautiful weather we're having today," or "My favorite weather is 65 degrees and sunny." Lines of music may contain descriptions, make statements, express desires, or lay out actions. Let's go through a couple examples together. His hair was longer than mine was short. I'll never forget your smile. I just want to have a good time. I walked down that road and never looked back. Lines are often put together into pairs called couplets. A couplet is a group of two lines that are related to each other, like this. His hair was longer than mine was short. His jokes made me laugh so hard I would snort. These two lines go together because they describe the same character. Lines and couplets are almost always put together into larger groups called stanzas. A stanza is a group of 4 to 8 lines put together. If we were to add more lines to the couplet that we created earlier, we could make that into a stanza, like this. His hair was longer than mine was short. His jokes made me laugh so hard I would snort. I wish every day could be so full of joy, those simple times when I was just a boy. All of these lines work together to describe a character and express the storyteller's desires around this character. Let's take a moment to step away from song structures and talk about rhyming. A rhyme is when two words end with a similar final sound. Moo rhymes with boo, human rhymes with cumin. It is really common for songwriters to use rhyming in their work. Rhymes are pleasing to the ear and they create patterns that help guide your listener through your work. You may have noticed in the couplets I created earlier that the lines rhymed with each other. Let's review that together. His hair was longer than mine was short. His jokes made me laugh so hard I would snort. Short rhymes with snort there. I wish every day could be so full of joy, those simple times when I was just a boy. This is a really common style of rhyming where the couplets rhyme with each other. Different writers have different philosophies on rhyming. Some may choose to end every line of their song with a perfect rhyme, while others may never use rhymes at all in their songs. It's also worth mentioning that some writers might disagree even on whether certain words rhyme with each other. For example, think about the words violin and smiling. Do those words rhyme with each other? Depending on who you ask, you might get a dramatically different answer to that question. Next time you're listening to a song by your favorite artist, pay close attention to how they use rhymes in their songs. Rhyming is a powerful tool, and we'll spend a lot of time in these videos talking about how to create rhymes and when to use it in your songs. But ultimately though, it is just a tool, and you as the artist are going to have to choose how and when you want to use rhyming in your songs. Let's go through an exercise designed to help you think in rhymes. Before we get started, make sure to grab your journal, laptop, recording device, whatever you're using to record your thoughts before we get started with this. Once you have that, let's select an object on your desk or in the space around you that has a one-syllable name. For me, I'm going to choose my coffee mug and call it my mug. I'm going to go through every letter of the alphabet and see if I can find words that rhyme with mug. Let's go through that together. So I'll start with A-U-G, nothing there. B-U-G creates bug, so I'll keep that. C-U-G, nothing there. D-U-G creates Doug, so I'll keep that. Nothing on E, nothing on F or G. H creates hug, so I'll keep that. I'll go through the rest of the alphabet and find every single word that creates a simple rhyme with mug. Now that I've shown you how this exercise works, I want you to try this out with your own object. Write down your word at the top of the page, then go through every letter of the alphabet and see if you can find some simple rhymes for the object that you selected. Once you've gone through that exercise, we're going to actually put all these words together into kind of a silly nonsense story. I'll show you what I've put together. My coffee mug is bigger than a bug from the ground that got dug. Warm coffee is like a hug. It's not too heavy to lug. You shouldn't give it to a pug or spill it on a rug, or your mother might give your ear a tug. Before you go on to the next video, I encourage you to take some time to go through the exercise I just described. Find an object in your space, then write its name down at the top of the page. Go through every letter of the alphabet, trying to find words that rhyme with your object. Once you've written all those words down, try to connect them all with each other by creating a silly nonsense story. Rhyming is an important tool, but ultimately, it's not nearly as important as the stories you tell in your songs. In our next episodes, we'll talk about how to take your personal stories and shape them into lines and couplets packed with imagery. Thank you for taking some time to explore lyric writing with me today. Your voice is unique and your stories are important. Everybody's story deserves to be told, and you're learning all the tools you need to tell yours in the form of song. We have lots more to learn together, but you're taking a big step by watching these videos. I'll look forward to continuing to explore lyric writing with you again in our next episode.